I'm going to show you guys how to set up your very own SaaS boilerplate in this video. What this does is it unlocks you to have the ability to make a SaaS product with Stripe, authentication, and everything else that you might need. Sorry to interrupt the video, guys. I just wanted to let you know that we're currently running a 50% promotional offer for HarborSEO.ai. Use the code half price. Basically, as you can see on my screen here, we have something here, pricing plans, monthly billing, we can manage. If we click the manage button here, we can sign in, we can sign out, we can pay for things. So I just go on account, for example. I can even open the customer portal. I can upgrade my plan, I can downgrade my plan, I can cancel my subscription. This all takes roughly 20-25 minutes to set up. It's really, really interesting. So I'm just going to sign out here and I'll sign back in. So I'll press sign in here and then press GitHub. But this took me a very, very long time to work out how to do. So basically what we're doing is we're gonna go through this process to save everybody some time. So it's actually using Vercel. So if you go on Google and type in Vercel, Supabase, Stripe, and then look for this one here. It's called Stripe Subscription Starter, okay? So obviously you will need a Vercel account, and I'm just gonna control-click deploy here. And then I'm gonna give this a new name. So this is gonna be Subscription Starter 3 because I've already done this a few times. And I'm gonna press create. Now you will need a Supabase account for this. So if you just go to Supabase, I will have to delete an account here. So I'm just going to click on this account here and I'll just quickly delete this account. The reason I have to delete this is I already have 2 accounts basically. Okay, so I've just upgraded to Supabase Pro. So I'll just press add here and then this should let me click here and then continue. Yeah, perfect. So yeah, just press create here. You can see here, configure subscription starter, blah, 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 environment variable prefix. So we'll just press connect here. We're now connected to our Supabase project. Now what you want to do is you want to go to Stripe. You will need a Stripe account for this as well, of course. And we'll go to developers and we'll go to API keys. Now I am in test mode. So next public Stripe publishable key is this one here. So we'll paste that here. And the Stripe secret key, we'll publish that here. And then Stripe webhook secret. What basically we'll come back to that in a minute. So we'll just deploy. Oh, okay. I have to put something. It's kind of annoying because you can only get this variable by deploying the project. So I'm just going to put like an S or something here. And then I'll just press deploy. And then we'll go back later and we'll change that. So this is now going to build the project, okay? So once this is built, you'll see in a second. Just to let you guys know, you really want to closely follow everything that's written here. And you want to do it in order of everything that is written here. This may seem like a bit of a strange video, but basically what I'm giving you the ability to do is create SaaSes very quickly and very easily that you can actually advertise on Google, for example, through organic SEO. So some of my ideas have been like to create a keyword tool and then create loads of pages like keyword tool for this business, keyword tool for this type of SEO, keyword tool for whatever, and then advertise the keyword tool through organic SEO, basically through Next.js. So what we're building is we're building the ability, or we're giving ourselves the ability to create a front-end website, okay? Not the back-end. I'm not going to go in back-end. I'm not going to go through, how to make the actual product. I'm just showing you how to get something that you can use to build the website to advertise the product. We will go into connecting them in another video, but for now, we're just going to stick to this. If I click on Continue to Dashboard here, and then open this up, and then open this up, we now have this here, but it says no subscription pricing plans found, create them in your Stripe dashboard. So we're going to go through, like I said, we're going to go through this step by step. As you can see here, it says step by step. And you actually, when deploying this template, the sequence of steps is important, okay? So one mistake that I made was I kept skipping ahead because I'm very impatient. And that doesn't work for this. So just be careful with that, okay? So what we're now going to do is we're going to go to Supabase, like it says here. So we need to configure OAuth, that's the first thing. But it says here, should the automatic setter fail, please create a Supabase account and a new project if needed. In your project, navigates the SQL editor and selects Stripe subscription starter template, okay? So I'll show you what that means. Go to Superbase, and I believe, was it Purple Village or Lime School? I think it was Purple Village. I believe it was Purple Village. Yeah, you can see it's setting up, so this is correct. And we'll go to Table Editor here. SQL Editor here. Quick Starts, Stripe Subscriptions, and then run this query. So what that does is, if we now go to here, you can see on the left, it says customers, price, product, subscriptions, users. So that's correct. This is now set up. There's now a connection between Superbase and Vercel, okay? So the next thing is configure OAuth. So we're going to use GitHub. So we'll go to my GitHub here, and then we'll click on the top right, and we'll click settings, and then we'll scroll down to developer settings, OAuth apps here, and then we'll just do a new OAuth app here, and we'll call this, of course, the classic Big Boss. And then you need to constantly be going back to this page here. So this is the homepage URL. Obviously, in a production environment, you would change that to whatever the hell your website is. And then authorization callback URL. If I'm not mistaken, we'll read through this though, just in case. So there's something here that I got confused with earlier. The callback URL, I believe, is actually the Superbase URL. So if I press connect here, no, sorry, it's this one down here, isn't it? So I need to go to this guide, I guess, because I'm getting confused. Here we go, callback URL. There it is. Okay, see, I was right. So it's this. So we'll put that here, and then we also need to grab this, and we'll put that there, like that. So this is the callback URL. So it's your Superbase URL plus /auth v1 callback. So I'll just click this, even though I don't know what it means, and then register application. So I will be deleting all of this after this video, okay? So, but just for now, I'll leave it up. So yeah, we've now got the application on the OAuth of GitHub. What does that mean? It means people can log in using their GitHub to your application. Now, I'm going to be making a SaaS very, very soon. I know I already have a SaaS, but I want to make a SaaS. It's going to be a doc scraper, basically, that uses Gina to scrape docs to create LLM-ready prompts for things like Cursor, okay? Which I think is an amazing idea, by the way. Because one of the biggest weaknesses that Cursor has is that it doesn't know the latest documentation. So what you do is, what this SaaS will do is you give it your prompt, and it will scrape all of the relevant documentation and add actual code snippets to that prompt, so that when you copy and paste it into Cursor, it will create something that's actually up to date and not something that's 2 years out of date. So that's my idea for a SaaS. Please don't steal it, guys. So once we've got here, we need to go back to Superbase, click authentication, click URL configuration, providers first, and go to GitHub, enable it, put the ID, oh, that's not the ID, put the client ID, which is the first one here, and then the client secret. This is the callback URL here, which I believe I've already put into, I already correctly put it into GitHub. So we'll press save here. Okay, that should already be configured. So we'll go on URL here, and we'll set this site URL to this, which is our website. Okay, and then we also have to put the callback URL here, I believe. So we'll put that here in add new redirect URLs. We'll save that, and then that should be configured properly. So we can test that quickly. I believe that's configured properly. There might be something that's missing, but if I press sign in here, and then GitHub sign in, and then authorize, that should work. Oh, I didn't press save on that. So you could see, if you look, what it did was it tried to redirect me to localhost because I didn't save this setting here. So now if I just go back to our website and then do this again, so we'll press sign in here. Oops, sign in with GitHub. I have to do this on incognito quickly just because of, just the way things are sometimes. And then that should redirect me. Oh, why am I not signed in? Okay, just follow the steps. I'm such an idiot. I need to set this as my URL. This is what I even said at the beginning of this fucking video. Follow the steps and don't jump ahead. Right. So I'm missing an environment variable as usual. As my friend Ed always says, if there's a problem, it's probably an environment variable. So we'll go to environment variables and we will add that, and we need to set it as next public site URL like that, and then save, and then we have to redeploy. I'm an idiot. I literally said at the beginning of the video, don't jump ahead. Just classic Hamish, that is. Guys, don't jump ahead while I'll jump ahead because I'm an idiot. So yeah, honestly, just follow this. I'll leave a link to this in the description. Just follow this bit by bit. The only things that you don't have to worry about are when it says optional. So it says optional here. These parts are not needed. Maybe optional. That's really not helpful, is it? That's such a classic developer thing. Maybe optional. That's, what's it called? You don't have to do any of these because these are all probably optional according to the developer who made this. So this should now be done. Let's try this again. Sign in, GitHub. Okay, we can see now I've successfully signed in. That was very frustrating, but yeah, you can kind of understand why. Just do everything step by step. So we've already got a dashboard. For context, this kind of thing, if you were doing it without a boilerplate, it would take you probably a few hours as a developer. With Cursor, it will take you fucking 4 days because Cursor's just really bad at this kind of finicky stuff. So with a boilerplate, it's much easier. However, we are not done yet. We now need to configure Stripe, and I'm going to do this incredibly slowly and incredibly carefully. Next, we'll need to configure Stripe to handle test payments. If you don't already have a Stripe account, make one, whatever. Make sure you have test mode toggled on. So at the top here, make sure you toggle test mode. Okay, click the add endpoint. So go to developers, event destinations, add destination, select all events, continue, continue. Set this as your site URL with, I think it's API webhooks at the end, but I'll double check because I don't want to make a mistake. Yeah, /API/webhooks like that, which is, I'm just going to copy and paste because I'm not going through this again where it doesn't work. So create destination like that. Perfect. We now have a new destination. This is in a slightly weird order. That's not how it is on Stripe anymore, just so you know. So I'm going to copy my signing secret. That becomes another environment variable if I'm not wrong, which is the one that I said at the beginning. You need to go through a lot of steps. So I don't know why they put it on the original setup. Let's go back to environment variables here. So settings, environment variables, and then we're looking for Stripe webhook secret, which is here, but there's currently just an S here. So we'll edit this and then save. And then once that's saved, we will have to redeploy. So go on deployments, click these 3 buttons, press redeploy, and just redeploy like that. Okay, so that's now building. Redeploy with new mvars, like it says here. Everything else is already set up, it's fine. So once this is redeployed, do not do this before it's redeployed. Trust me, I've made this mistake. While this little thing is orange, don't do anything, okay? It's got to build. Don't make the same mistake that I made and think that, you know, fast is good. Fast is not good when you're doing this kind of stuff, guys. I wasted 12 hours yesterday trying to set this shit up. And then I wasted another 8 hours after that trying to make my own boilerplate because I thought this boilerplate was trashed and it didn't work. And then this morning, I woke up very, very early and decided to try this boilerplate again and actually follow the steps, step by step, exactly like I'm showing you now, and it actually worked. So just be careful with jumping ahead, okay? There's a reason that developers put things in order. Sometimes. Maybe. Okay, so that's now done. Once that's done, you want to go to Stripe and you want to click on product catalog and create product. Okay, we'll just call this test for now and then test again. We'll set the price as 999 euros because why not? It's just a test. But you can play around with this, okay? This is just me showing you a test. But, you know, play around with this. You would want to have a yearly option, you know, all that good stuff. You'd probably want to upload an image, you know, see what else there is on more information and blah, blah, blah. But for now, we'll just add this product like that. Now, what should happen automatically, although it might take a bit of time, is that when I refresh this, it should... Beautiful, okay? So think about what I've just done in such a short amount of time. I've now got a front end that is specifically set up to work with, it's my front end, okay? So I can now take this to Cursor and do whatever the hell I want with it. Remember that. So we'll sign in here. We'll go to GitHub, sign on GitHub. There is another step that we need to do. So we are signed in on GitHub, perfect. But if I press Open Customer Portal, you'll see that this doesn't work. Okay. It works because this has previously been set up before. But you will have to follow these steps. I've already set this up, which is why it's working. I wasn't expecting it to work there, but it's fine. So just make sure you follow these last steps here. Configure the Stripe customer portal. Set your customer branding. So if you just right-click here where it says configure the customer portal and press copy link, and then open this on your Chrome profile that you have Stripe on, make sure that you've got this active, okay? This has to be active. Now, it's already active for me, which is why it worked. So now think about what you've got. Okay, you've got an entire starter for a SaaS. If you want to add other pricing, all you do is change that on the Stripe front end. So if I wanted to add another product here, we'll create another product. We'll call this monthly. This is monthly, and we'll set 99 euros and add product. Now, when I refresh this, it's very quick. Jesus, I wasn't expecting it to be that quick. We now have 999 a month, but we could change that, right? So let's change this quickly. I don't know if you can actually edit this to be yearly instead. You can, yeah. And we'll call this, yeah, I don't think you can change the name actually, update product. And then refresh this. So we have a monthly billing and a yearly billing, right? Think about how fucking overpowered this is if you want to make a SaaS, okay? Now, I haven't done the next step to this yet, so I don't think I'll just quickly play around with it a little bit, but I'm not going to go too deep into this. Basically, what you would now do is you would go to the GitHub, so I don't even know where the hell that is. There we go. Okay, beautiful. And then you would go to Cursor, open up Cursor. So we'll select a folder here like that, terminal, new terminal, and we'll do git clone this and then dot. So you'd grab your environment variables, right, and then do npm run dev. Oh, sorry, npm install first. And now it's like having a fresh Next.js project, but you already have Stripe, you already have Supabase, you already have OAuth set up. So you can now just build whatever the fuck you want on top of this as a SaaS product, right? Now, again, like I said, I'm not fully aware of how to now build like another Next.js project that would be the application, and this is just the website with the, you know, to advertise and also to deal with users, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not completely aware of how to do that. I'm probably going to get my friend Ed to show me how to do that kind of stuff. But if I do npm run dev, this probably won't work because I don't have any of the environment variables set. As far as I know, this won't work. Yeah. So your project's URL and key are required to blah, blah, blah. So you'd have to set these environment variables. But then once that's done, you can start playing around with Cursor to make a product that you can actually sell to other people, right? This is how people make SaaS. They get a boilerplate, they create the product, and then they sell the product, right? Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm going to leave the video there because I still have a lot of things to look into and to experiment with before I show you guys. But yeah, I just wanted to show you this because I'm trying to save people time and make this accessible to people. I spent 16 hours-ish doing this, so I hopefully will save a lot of people a lot of time by making this video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you're watching all the way to the end, you're an absolute legend. I'll see you very, very soon with some more content. Peace out. Watch this video if you're interested to find out about the best AI content generator on the market.